Special delivery. This just showed up. And bonus, I got the auxiliary cooler lines, which are very, very awesome. They sent the intake with it. They didn't send anything with the intake, but they cut a lot of the lines up here. There's a little bit of damage to the top here, and of course the cap. These have all been cut in random ways, which is really annoying. This makes me a little nervous. There's a little bit of fluid that's in there. I've been trying to soak it up just a touch. But all told, everything looks pretty good. I'll probably replace this guy here, but everything's looking pretty nice. They left me the studs. The studs all look good. This side of the engine block looks pretty clean, so it doesn't look like there's any oil leaking anywhere, except for the front. I mean, you can kind of tell like there's some stuff going on there. And of course they cut a whole bunch of the things out, which is really annoying. Some of them I don't care about, but I'll transfer all those over. I'm gonna pop that bolt out and everything else. But yeah, they sent me, a couple pulleys on here. It's fine. This one looks brand spanking new. The other ones look a little worn. And they didn't send me the crank. It's fine. I've got things for that. And they left the lines on here. I'm not sure why, but a few things are going to get popped off, transferred over, cut out, all that sort of stuff. But by and large, I'm pretty happy with this. Big kudos to the RL carriers. The guy showed up. He backed up right here, dropped it pretty much right here, and with his dolly, we used a couple pieces of wood and got it in. I didn't get the guy's name, but thank you. That was huge because I don't have an engine crane right this very second, which would have been a disaster. But this guy looks ready for prime time. The back side of the block looks really nice. I got to figure out where the leak's coming from, so maybe I'll prioritize some of the things coming and going. But by and large, this is looking really, really awesome, and I'm really excited. Yeah, I mean, they could have really went to town on some of this stuff, and they left some of it, and other parts they sort of took out, and yeah, so this is great. Really looking forward to this now. Everything looks. I got an engine. Like I said last time, this is all ready to go. All the bolts are loose on the back. They're like barely past finger tight. But this guy's going out and that guy's going in. I'll probably just start putting in some of the electronics because like that gigantic ECU, or not ECU, I forget what the name of this thing is, but this guy was a bear to get on there. So I'll be transferring that. I've got my throttle body there, some of the wires. Everything's looking really, really good. This is dumb enough. It might actually run next week. It might run by this time next weekend. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Yeah. Special delivery. So I gave a call to Zach, and he was like, "You've got a motor?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's cool, I'll be over." So I went over and got the crane and the engine stand and got it all ready to go. He comes over and he's like, "Dude, you're totally ready." And he just jumped in. I didn't ask him to help me pull this motor, but he's like, "Dude, we're totally pulling this motor tonight." So we did some basic prep things. I went in and I'm like, "Hey, wife, you might want to come and check this out." She's like, "I want to see this." So you see the wife and my son kind of running around. But right now he just got a lug nut, by the way, and he's chewing on it. Oh man, it makes me laugh every time. And the wife hasn't noticed yet. And all of a sudden, joink, and he gets it taken away. It's really funny. So yeah, he was just a little terror the whole time. So we're gonna pull this motor out, and there wasn't a whole lot left. It was just a couple minor things that we're just kind of checking and looking and going through, the procedures of making sure the engine's clear, and Zach knows how to do this in a way that I just got to witness. So great thanks to him and Sweet Spot and a whole bunch of other people that I probably should be thanking right now. But it's amazing. It's amazing how quickly I was able to dismantle this motor, so it was ready for extraction, with the half shafts out and everything just prepped and ready to go. It was. I know this time lapse is long, but it really wasn't that bad. It was more like, okay, that's cool. Yep, that's cool. Hey, what did you do with this? Hey, did you check that thing? Hey, pull that thing out. Hey, clear that thing out of the way. Do you need this? And it really wasn't that bad. Way easier than I was expecting. Maybe that's chalked up to experience. I don't know. But here in just a few moments, you see a little piece of cardboard, sort of in the corner there. That was, I ended up throwing that away. Long story short, but those bolts were in orientation of where I pulled them out of the transmission, by orientation. So those bolts were like, hey, that's the top. This is the passenger side, and then it kind of rolls around all the way in a circle. But anyway, we're about to pull the motor out, and it's glorious. All right, unfortunately, my GoPro died, but as you can see, the engine's coming out. I ended up putting it in the sand, and more to come.